Hi, everybody. My first guest tonight says that the U.S. is run by a two-gang system. Here to discuss his new book, Demo Crips and We Bloodlickens. No more gangs in government. Please welcome former Minnesota governor and America's favorite conspiracy theorist, Jesse Ventura.
Well,
okay, Jesse.
Joy, first I'd like to say I do a show on conspiracy theories and I wrote a book about them. This book has no theory in it at all.
Okay.
This book is all facts.
Right.
This book from top to bottom is facts. It's all backed up at the end of every chapter of where everything is learned.
Yeah, I saw you have quite a thing at the back.
Oh, yeah.
But, you know, this show is called Say Anything, and when we named it that, I thought of you, because I know that you will say anything, and that's why we wanted you on the show.
Oh, well, thank you.
What else? Are you doing any other shows, or is
yeah, I'll be doing a few. I'm in New York for a week now, and so I'll be doing. I'm doing everything that isn't on MSNBC and Fox because they've banned me.
What about NBC and CBS?
Those tough guys from Fox won't have me on.
Really? What are they scared of?
I don't know. You'd have to ask them.
What do you think?
They refuse to have me on. Well, I think it's because I can't be intimidated. You know, they live on intimidation over there. And they got to look me eye to eye. And like I told Sean Hannity once, I said, remember something, Sean, you got to sleep sometime.
Oh, my God. Okay. I'm very glad that we're friends, Jesse.
We're good friends, Joy, because you have me on.
Yes, that's right. So, okay, so
go to bed and sleep well when you do.
So I know that you can't stand either party. You think that the Republicans and the Democrats are gangs. Okay, so, but if someone had a gun to your head and said you had to vote for either Obama or Romney, who would you vote for?
I'd take the bullet.
No, you would not.
Yes, I would. I wouldn't vote for, you know, these gangs have sold out our country, these two. They are totally bought and sold with the help of the Supreme Court. When the Supreme Court said corporations have the same right as people and that money is free speech, goodbye, the United States of America as we know it.
I agree with that.
Because now they are getting boatloads of corporate money. They don't even have to say who they get it from. They could actually be bought off by China. China could come here and contribute millions of dollars to a political campaign now, and they don't even have to reveal it.
Is there any way to stop that?
Yeah.
How?
Well,
You'd have to impeach the Supreme Court.
No, the way to stop it is simple. It's as easy and simple as the nose on your face, but it's as difficult as climbing Mount Everest. Stop voting for them.
Well, but
stop voting for them.
Well, that's not going to happen. So let's get real.
Well, it could happen. It happened in Minnesota. I won.
That's true, but that's one state. I mean,
well, it's a start, isn't it?
Well, I think that if you started a movement like that, you would be a marked man.
I'll tell you something, Joy. I'll give you two things that if they would happen, I would run for president.
Yeah.
First of all, if there was a grassroots movement out there which required no money, because I think the raising of this money is obscene, what they do. If a grassroots movement started to get my name on the ballot in all 50 states to where my name would be on the ballot, and if they could guarantee me that I could participate in the debates, those two things happen, Jesse Ventura would run for president.
Well, you're dreaming, Jesse, all right?
Well,
just saying.
That's why I don't want to run. Well, it could. They did it to Perot. Perot got ballot access,
and
they let him. Well, that's why the two gangs won't let it happen.
Well, I mean,
is that America?
I hear what you're saying.
We never get a third choice. No one's ever allowed. That's how I won the governorship of Minnesota. I was allowed to debate.
I know, but I remember when Al Gore was running against W. Bush, and because of Ralph Nader's presence on a third-party ticket, he might have Al Gore might have lost that election because of Ralph Nader, because those votes went to Ralph Nader.
That is not true. That is a cop-out. That's a complete cop-out. People vote for the candidate they want to be president. And for people to say, well, you voted for this third entity. If you had voted for these other two, this one would have won.
Well, then why do they say that? They always say it's going to take away votes from the Democrats or the Republicans.
That's an excuse they use for losing.
All right.
They have to blame someone. They're not going to blame themselves. So they have to find someone else to blame.
All right.
I voted for Ralph Nader because I wanted Ralph to be the president.
Okay, well, I
had nothing to do with...
Well, since I'm at current, I would just want to say I voted for you, Al. Okay, I did, and I did.
And Al won the popular vote. Isn't that amazing?
And he should have been the president.
He won by 500,000 votes, but only in the presidency can you get more votes and lose. Anywhere else,
well, you
Senate,
have
governor,
issues with the Electoral College also.
Absolutely, it should be abolished immediately.
Well, it's possible that Obama could win because of the Electoral College. So
what?
I'm just saying. Now let's talk about church and state, because are you a religious person?
No, I'm an atheist.
You're an atheist. You know, it's interesting factoid I looked up. 54% of Americans now say that they would vote for an atheist. Does that shock you?
Yes. That shocks me beyond belief, because I never believed if you're an admitted atheist you could ever win an election here.
Well, now it might be changing.
See, I put it in the same as Santa Claus, the Easter Bunny, and the Tooth Fairy. Religion? Yeah.
Uh-huh. Well, that would get you in a lot of trouble. I mean, look at today what's going on in Libya, you know?
Yeah.
And Romney, as a matter of fact, is criticizing
Egypt, wasn't it? Egypt?
And that was Libya.
Oh, it was Libya.
They stormed the embassy. They killed the American ambassador over there and others. And
well, then I think we ought to go to war, don't you?
No.
I don't either.
No.
But I think that's what their reaction will be.
But it was all because somebody insulted Muhammad in a movie. And people are very touchy about these type of things. Yeah. So I was annoyed with the guy who wrote the book, to tell you the truth, and putting out the movie, whoever translated it. It's so provocative, you know. But Governor Romney criticized President Obama right off the top on this. Don't you think that in the middle of a crisis like this, he should keep his mouth shut? Or not?
It depends on what the crisis is, and I think it would depend on the situation. I mean, when George Bush decided to go into Iraq, I didn't keep my mouth shut.
No.
I said, what are we doing? And you know what the most scariest thing, speaking of religion?
Yeah.
The scariest thing I ever heard out of George Bush, when he was getting ready to invade Iraq, the media asked him if he had consulted his father, meaning Senior Bush, because he had good, and George Bush turned around and said, no, I consulted a higher father.
Yeah.
So this guy wants me to believe he talks to God and God hears him and talks back? I'm supposed to, Joy, I've been on the planet 60 years and I've lived a pretty good life. God ain't never said one word to me.
Really?
In them 60 years.
Maybe it's you.
You think so?
No, I'm teasing.
Well, if he created me, wouldn't he talk to me?
You would think she would talk to you.
Well, there you go, too.
So now,
there you go, too.
What about the debates? Do you think, is there any value to the debates coming up for you? Nothing.
Nothing. Because we're going to get the same government no matter who wins. They're all bought off by the same corporations. I mean, when Obama ran in 2008, first of all, I had great sympathy for him because I told my wife, whoever becomes the president in 2008 is going to get blamed for everything Bush and Cheney did.
That's right. That's
which Obama has received that blame. Well, but the other thing, Obama ran on change. I haven't seen one shred of change. We're the same country we were 4 years ago, except we're better off because we don't have George Bush. But other than that, the only difference is the color of their skin.
Well, you know, he has done certain things.
What?
Obama. Well, we have a health care system that's going to go into place. There are a lot of people who are benefiting from that.
Yeah.
He's captured Osama bin Laden.
Really?
He tried to get
do you believe that?
I do.
Really? I don't, because they've lied to me so often. They lied about weapons of mass destruction in Iraq. They lied about Iraq's ties to al-Qaeda. There were none. They lied about the rescue of Jessica Lynch. And the one that really burns me up is they lied about the murder of Pat Tillman. So how do I believe one word that comes out of this government when all they do is lie? And what's interesting about that, Joy, is if I lie to the government, I go to jail. When they lie to me, we go to war. I think we're on the wrong end of the stick on both.
We're going to have more with Governor Ventura in just a minute.